catch it if they did.
I think it's they have a YouTube clip on the AEW YouTube, and I think they say there. But
they were fantastic.
Really good. Really,
awesome.
Really good. Much better than Cody's entrance with a band that has probably never performed live in their lifetime.
Yeah, I didn't.
They're definitely a studio that we didn't even talk about it. That's how forgettable.
No, that's exactly. I honestly forgot about it.
It was bad. It was so bad. I'm like, I could do better than that, and I didn't write the fucking song.
Yeah, that was. It wasn't good at all.
But Jericho's entrance, that part was amazing. They should have. I think they should have kept going the entire time he came in.
But after the entrance, the match before the finish, before the end of the match here, was good. It told a good story, had good moments, but that was it. It was good. Was the bulk of the match.
Yeah.
Jericho we seen interference from Santana, Ortiz, Hager, Sammy Guevara, everybody, and that's cool.
Yep, Jericho tried to get himself disqualified. Aubrey would not allow that.
Nope, and she ended up, like we kind of hinted at earlier, not only did she kick the Inner Circle out, but she forced them out physically.
Yes. Jericho even got physical with her, shoving her, or did he slap her? I can't rember.
He shoved her.
Yeah.
He shoved her.
It was a hard shove, though.
Twice.
Yes.
Yeah, and the crowd was like, ooh. Out of all of the pay-per-view AEW main events, I'm trying to think of all of them, but this is at the bottom of the list, sadly. I'm not saying it's the worst one they've had, but they've had really good main events. This could be the worst one they've had. And I don't mean that as it's a horrible, horrible, horrible match, but it's not. It's not the quality.
It was more about the destination than the journey.
Yes. And Moxley winning the title after overcoming all the interference from every Inner Circle member.
From being blind for a month.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But that was huge. This was Moxley's coming out. This was good. He was bloody, but he beat the odds, which is to me a good reflection of the AEW company in general, looking to stand out. Yes. They're like, you can try to beat us down as much as you want, but we're going to defy the odds. We're going to be the one company that can rise up and defeat WWE. Obviously, decades away or whatever, but
yeah.
Moxley still remains undefeated in singles, so that's cool. That hopefully will make the moment that somebody beats him for the title a huge moment. Hopefully, it's a one-on-one
Hangman
big
Page
fight thing. But, and I hinted at this earlier, and I have it written down here, and it bothers me. I'm going to bring it up. The blood in this match would have meant a hell of a lot more if A, we haven't seen it in every AEW pay-per-view so far.
Yeah.
But B, if we hadn't already seen it in MJF versus Cody.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why would they bleed in that match if they knew that there was going to be blood in the main event here? It totally takes it away. It means little to nothing now.
Yeah.
To me,
I still sit on that fence where I'm like, give me blood for some more time because I went so long without it.
But if it means something, I guess. But if you've watched, and you have, Pasty, if you've been watching, Impact and MLW and Ring of Honor and the other ones, we've been seeing blood throughout. It's just WWE that's been holding it back from us.
Yeah.
So it's not even like we're starved for it, but it's...
Didn't we have fake blood on this show, too? I feel like I've seen fake blood real recently.
On this show?
Maybe. Probably not this show. They're good about either busting themselves open or bleeding.
But nonetheless, I just feel like if you knew you were going to have it in the main event, I don't know why you would have it in the MJF Cody match. I think it really takes a lot away from it.
Yeah.
Having blood twice, unless it's like, one is in a steel cage match and one is in a ladder match or something where you can
where
at least kind of
weapons that
build. Yeah, these were two regular matches and they both had blood. And it's like, well, but I will say, all of that aside, the match was good, just good. But the finish of the match and the fallout, the all the afterwards were great.
I
loved it. I thought it was
the
an awesome way to end.
Promo by Moxley was a little like, okay, we're gonna go this way now, huh?
Yeah.
I expected him to be more of a,
Hard
strong
ass.
and silent kind of hard ass type. But he gave the title to the audience. He said, "This is for you. Everything we do is for you." He basically
it
said
came off
everything
cheesy,
Jericho
but-
should have said the entire time. And it worked. It was just, I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
And then they said he was potentially concussed. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Feels like it's beer o'clock.
So
and they cue his music. Wait, I'm not done yet. What are you doing?
I'm just shooting at the hip here.
It's time to drink some whiskey, and then he walks.
That's all he had to say after that. That was the best. I love that. That's what he cut him off for. That was the best. He cut him off just to say it's time to drink some whiskey.
But for him to cut a promo like that after he fought a hard-earned match, that's wrestling, dude. That's like 80s, That's the kind of promos you used to get from a hard-fought, slow-paced fucking. So good.
RASSLIN. That's wrestling.
Wrestling.
Baby. Right there. But yeah, we do have to discuss the elephant in the room, the eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe you and I are just dumb, and at first we loved it and thought it was a huge reveal when he took off the eye patch, and he's like, I could see the whole time. I did.
It popped both of us
for
like 15 minutes until you sit and think about it.
And then you're like, oh shit, but he was wearing the eye patch. He couldn't see. He lost his peripheral vision. He didn't have depth perception. He fucking just, he handicapped himself.
Yep,
which is just dumb. That's just dumb in general.
That's the worst part, too, because this match, the eye patch stayed in place better than any other match since he injured his eye. He had to fucking move it every 5-10 seconds in any other match he's had with it. This time, stayed in place throughout the match.
I could see the whole time. At least if he turned it around and there's a tiny monitor in it.
The psychology is, and it's more sound than what we're giving it credit to. He knew
true.
Jericho was going to go after his other eye, so he'd preserve the one eye until he didn't have the other one.
Yeah, and it's classic and good storytelling
But Jericho did bust him open over the eye with the eye patch, which kind of looked like he was bleeding from the eyeball, which was a good touch.
That was fun.
Yes.
And then you look at it, too, though, if you put common sense into it. Would you really want to promote having him attack your eye, whether it's your good eye or not? You're still putting a target on your eye.
Right, yeah.
There's something you don't want to do. This match was fun, good. It just... AEW's been great. Probably not as good as some people wanted to be. For sure.
The biggest crime this pay-per-view did was putting the AEW Tag Team Championship so early in the card. Anything that followed that was going to be lackluster by comparison.
Or, again,
and guess what? That was the best match on the card, and nobody bled. Huh.
Right.
Huh.
Or like I say, and I know you don't agree, I think if you started it with that and then had a couple of the potty break matches afterwards, I think everybody would have it out of their system. I look at the old WCW philosophy of putting their cruiserweight match on at first. They'd put on Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, or Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, or Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit right at the beginning, and it gives you something hooked. So you're like, okay, I love what they're giving us. Then your next couple matches might not be great, but you're like, God damn. So yeah, it was. I think we've talked about this in the past, not recently, but we've talked about this in the past where maybe their director, whoever's placing the matches where they belong, isn't doing a great job. Maybe you should think about where these matches are sitting on the card and shuffle them up a bit.
That's definitely one thing as a musician. Order of occurrence is a huge thing. I like to listen to an album that kind of tells an arcing story, even if it's not connected music. Yeah. You ride the wave, and I think that is it. It's a huge thing, and a lot of people don't think it's important.
And Western audiences are trained to a certain thing, but I still stand by every New Japan pay-per-view I watch. They go from bottom to top, literally, with their matches, where probably the least important one starts the match, and then you got a mixed man match and another mixed man match. And then you have this title match here, and then you have the title match that has a grudge match with it, and then you have the main event with the World Heavyweight title. And it's like they literally build it up to a crescendo.
That's a really short New Japan pay-per-view you just laid out.
I feel like
there should be like 6 more matches in there.
But my point is that, they don't do the start off hot and then do this or the bathroom breaks or nothing. It just goes from, if you want to see, if you only want to see the important matches, just watch the last 3. You're going to see them. You're going to see the best matches if you watch the last 3.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's bad. Especially on a pay-per-view. Because if at a pay-per-view, they've bought it. So once they've bought it, they've bought it.
Right.
You might as well just fucking give them the ending hard or whatever. I don't know.
I get it. Before we move into the Savage Sentinel, and I know we're running a little slow.
We are running a little
slow. I did want to talk about, and I want to get your opinions on the upcoming Dynamite Blood and Guts, which we're going to see a War Games with a roof.
All I know is that they're having a episode called Blood and Guts. That's as far as I know about anything about it. So I really have nothing to speak on.
2 rings with a cage with a roof on it. They're not calling it War Games because obviously
we've had War Games with a roof before. That's common.
Yeah. Well, didn't you say? I think you said when NXT was doing it that you preferred when it had the ceiling on it.
I did. I honestly did. And obviously it adds limitations. We know that.
But you can have guys on top of it, and AEW is going to be chucking guys off the top of it.
Oh, for sure. You would imagine.
Yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to it, and I wanted to see what your thoughts were because I figured you'd be pretty excited.
Yeah, I guess I haven't heard anything about it, so I haven't had a chance to build up. But I'll definitely make sure to watch that episode if that's what we're getting. I love me a War Games. I love it all.
And on TV,
who's in it? Do we know?
No, I don't think anybody's been announced yet.
Okay. Yeah, no,
but I would
I'm
assume Death Triangle has to be in it, right?
Oh, I would hope so, just for me personally.
Give me Death Triangle and maybe 1 or 2 other guys, and then give me the Elite and throw Adam Page in there, and this is where you can really get that going. You know what I mean? They drag Adam Page into the match begrudgingly.
Or is it going to be Inner Circle versus Elite and be kind of?
That would be good too.
Yeah. It's what you would kind of expect. I don't know.
I don't know how many men are going to be in it either. They haven't really announced much beyond it's going to be a cage War Games style match on TV.
So, let's get into best match and grade. Pasty, yes. I think I know what your best match is. Mine is obviously the tag match.
Yeah. The tag match is pretty fan-fucking-tastic. I'm going to go with that. For the crowd pops, I almost want to say Pac Cassidy.
I mean, you could make an argument for it, for sure. I don't know that I would agree, but you could definitely make an argument for it. I just think that tag match was so amazing.
I mean, it killed the rest of the show. So.
Right?
They didn't have any energy until Orange Juice got in the ring.
Yeah. That orange juice will give you a little bit of energy, though.
Yes, it does.
I've read that.
Fuck. If you ever drank orange juice after sex, it's better than the sex.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh. It used to be my go-to. It has to have pulp, though. That's the only way.
So I give this pay-per-view as a whole, I found it kind of mid-grade, but I gave it a little boost just for that tag match because I think that's one of the best matches of all time. It's going to be in your top 50 matches of all time.
Yeah.
So I gave it a B+. Whether that's high or low, I'm not sure. Where do you put it at?
I'm gonna go with a A-. I've been really into Dynamite lately. It's got me to stop watching Raw and SmackDown and even NXT. I haven't went back to NXT in quite a few weeks.
Yeah.
So riding the crest of it, and I watch the Being the Elite shit, and I follow the stuff. I'm their core demographic, I guess. But I follow the stuff, and I gotta bump it up. I think it was good. The only things I didn't like I said, was the women's championship match and Dustin versus Hager. Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes. What sounds better is this sweet song as we get ready to move into this week's Savage Sentinel where we got all the news.